Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome everyone to the Cynthia J Show. Holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. Holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. Chime on in, chime on in. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Yes, hit that like button, subscribe, and share. We about to be into some good topics for today. I won't hold y'all long. We're a little late today because we had a little bit of technical difficulties. I will say here. Things about electronics. Yes, things about electronics, technical difficulties. Yet again, it is Thursday. We are in our second week of July. This July month, I know that everybody had a good time. I know y'all enjoyed yourselves for the holiday. I hope some of you guys were safe and your family members were safe, and those who had some issues, that y'all still doing good, because I'm telling you, so much has been going on within the last few days. Let me know if y'all can hear me on here. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Give me some thumbs up. Let your sister know you can hear her on here. Yes, yes, yes. Let me know you can hear me now. Hear me now. Hear me now. But welcome again to those who are first timers and just getting to know me. Let me introduce myself. I'm your girl, your co-host Cynthia J on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, still not excluding the men. I am a birth and doula, inspirational healer, psalmist, spiritual healer, and so much more. I come with you as a truth seeker to give you only the truth and nothing else yet. However, the truth only. So we are not going to be in here long because everybody, today's Thursday. You want to relax. Tomorrow's Friday. Some of y'all feel like today feel like Friday. I'm not going to hold you guys long, but let me go ahead and chime on in. But we will definitely give a salute out to a great legend. For those who do not know her, Mama Mosie Burks from the Mississippi Mass Choir passed away this week, guys. How many of you guys know about the Mississippi Mass Choir? For some of you who did grow up in the church and others who did not, but yet you still listen to that music from Mama Mosie Burks from the Mississippi Mass Choir. If you had a grandmother or a grandfather who kept you highly alerted and one of the legendaries coming out from the grassroots of Mississippi, everybody knows how Mississippi rolls, and she passed away at the age of 92. 92 years old, guys. 92, yes. For those who do not know her, she was a legend. Legend. If y'all can see that, it was a legend. Yes. I'm gonna read this article a little bit, but this was about 3 days ago. She passed this week, Monday. She was truly an iconic. One of my favorite songs that I loved growing up here, my grandmother sang, was "I'm Not Tired Yet." So if you haven't got a chance to get on there, you look up the Mississippi Mass Choir where "I'm Not Tired Yet," and you're going to see her just going in. That woman had the fire of the Spirit of the Holy Ghost. I tell you, she had the Holy Ghost fire in her. You couldn't tell her nothing else. Nothing else. If you had that grandma that will sit up there and be in the kitchen cooking a pot of beans for Sunday dinner with some fried fish and some yams and some greens or some fried chicken or whatever it was, huh, singing those Southern songs, then you was in the right place, because those were women who were soulful and would jam for the Lord. So again, I'm gonna read this article a little bit, let y'all know who she is for those who are unaware of her. Mama Mosie was an iconic lead vocalist of Mississippi Mass Choir. She was known as the mama of the group, who was a passionate voice, became a cornerstone of the modern gospel music. Mm. It is said that her voice was so powerful and her faith was unshakable. Excuse me, because I've been chewing on a piece of gum. I don't know why today, but I've been chewing on it. Unshakable faith, a joyful spirit. She touched hearts around the world and helped define the soul sound of Mississippi Mass Choir. And so some that don't know this, majority of gospel music has a lot of legendary soul music in it, from jazz to blues to everything in it. And when you hear legendaries like this, you got to give a shout out for them. You got to give a heart for them. So definitely shoot some hearts right now. Share this with someone who may be needing some encouragement. Share this video right now as we talk about and discuss this at this appointed time. We are on season 3, episode 21, pertaining to the passing of our gospel legend, Mama Mosie. And we will also be on the topic of the Texas flood shortly. But let me finish this here. She featured on some of most beloved songs, including They Got the Word, I'm Not Tired Yet, This Morning When I Rose. Her dynamic performance earned her a devoted following far beyond the church walls. She's been across the social media platform like I don't know what. If you didn't know Jesus, she said after she finished singing, something was wrong. That's what they would say. However, this woman is woman of God, a true legacy. She will forever live on. Other people are fans and family members and those who get to know her nationwide love listening to her music. One said, Mama Mosie, the legendary gospel singer who helped define the sound of Mississippi Mass Choir. May you rest in peace. And I would say, for those who are aware of Mississippi, is one of the places that you see a lot of movies, songs come from. It seemed like it's a desolate place. However, the roots lie there very deeply, very deeply. So have you seen, for those who are on my TikTok, this in the background, the banner of the 4th of July? It's to celebrate legends. Legends who paved the way, legends who left a mark, legends whose music will continue to move you, shake you, and root you in every way means necessary. So we salute to one of our legendary, Mama Mosie, because I can tell you, hearing that song that my grandma used to play, I've been running for Jesus for a long time and I'm not tired yet. I know some of you guys on here don't rock with that, and that's cool. I respect that. However, if you listen to that song, I'm telling you, it would move you out of your seat. You will feel it in your soul. Your soul. Oh, my God. Your soul. So shout out to our legendary Mama Mosie. May she rest high with the divine. May she rest high with the angelic ancestors. May she rest high and keep her music shining for the glory and for the kingdom, because we're not tired yet. We still got work to do, brothers and sisters. You ain't know? We still got work to do. For those who don't seem to believe so, we still have work to do. Well, all that's going on out here, we have work to do. Yes, a lot of work. But other than that, let's keep her and the family in prayer. And let's continue to move on. Excuse me for a second, guys. We're dealing with this flash warning in Texas where so many people have not been found. Let's keep families and those in prayers, especially our individual families, those loved ones who may still be struggling out there, not only in Texas, but recently also we had another hit in North Carolina in certain parts. We got people out there. Let's keep them lifted too. But this flash flood, please, guys, if you see anything that says a flash flood warning, take it seriously. Take it seriously. Because it's coming like a rush of wind. Those who just lost their lives, especially the young children that you heard that was in the camp in that area, which was not the first time. And I will be reading on about that. It was not the first time, but let me go ahead and read this. Texas flood, and this is for all disclaimer for educational purposes only, so just in case we end up getting hit by these platforms. They like to hit us sometimes. There has been an unalive toll that reached 120 people as recovery effects continue. This was 6 hours ago. The rising number of victims from the devastating central flood is beginning to its plateau. And they said about 120 found unalive. And then they also said that a blink sign that the rescues have made a little progress to find victims within the records within the 24 hours. So today, it stated that the local officials in Cary County, which was hit the hardest by July 4th flood flash, announced about 96 unalive. The same number reported on Wednesday evening. Y'all hear that? So it is stated by Kerrville Police Department that on Thursday, 60 others were unalive. Some adults, 36 were children. My God. There are still 161 people missing in the county, including 5 campers, 1 counselor from Camp Mystic. And I was trying to find this video that I came across that somebody else shared on social media today. A few days ago. And it took me back, and I remember seeing this when I was young, that this is not the first time that this place has been hit by a flood. And this is not the first time those have lost their lives in this particular type of flood. And it has you to wonder, what are the type of preventative measures? How do you take this seriously? Because they said flash flood warning. And we should all know, for some of us who went camping before, if you were in the United States, I can't speak for everybody across, other countries, but in the United States, definitely. If you see something flashing across your phone, or family members catching the news and it said flash flood warning, possible rainstorm this weekend, you should take that very seriously now. You cannot even play with it anymore. And it was also stated that there was some type of I can't think of the name of it right now, but I will try to upload that in my YouTube video and go back and click the links inside of my platform there on my YouTube. If you have not followed me, you can go on my bio if you're on TikTok, or if you're on Facebook Live or Instagram or anywhere else. You can definitely go online and find me under Cynthia J22 at Cynthia J22, and you should be able to look up episode 21 on this video. I will definitely try to put that in soon as I can by tomorrow. However, it showed this video, and same thing happened. The same exact thing happened. So what are we learning from the mistakes of the past, or the lessons from the past, to keep it from happening again now? Because it's not like they wasn't given a warning. This flood came like this. They said some of the floods started early as 2-3 o'clock in the morning. 2-3 o'clock in the morning. That's serious, guys. 2-3 o'clock in the morning for a flood. That's why, for those who are spiritual or religious or biblical, you would hear some of them say, and quote scriptures on things that we would never know the time, the day, or the hour. Yes, you don't know when it's going to happen. And it's so sad because these babies, come on now. Did you guys see that on TV? This flood was huge. This flood was huge, very huge. And then now they were showing clips earlier today, as I was departing from somewhere else, of the clip from a satellite image of one side, how it looked, and then a satellite image on the other of what it looks like now. This is crazy. It goes on to say that the Department of Homeland Security discussed plans to overhaul the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, weeks ago. Then it mentioned the president had promised to begin phasing out FEMA in order to bring it down to the state level. We're cutting through the paperwork of old FEMA is streamlining it, much like your vision of how FEMA should operate. This is what they say. This is what they say now. However, helping one another after such a tragic event was proof that God created us to take care of one another. This is coming from the article of the Associated Press, one part of that, but the full article is coming from the Guardian. Yes. They also go on to state that by this major flood disaster, they sent out an order deployment of federal resources to assist and rescue. Until then, more information will be brought out. Now, this article came out today. Today, this article came out. This one here. Yes, today. And we're not even done yet because there's flash warning still going on. We have a flash warning over here where I'm at. We have other flash warnings in other places. Yes. It's getting like that, guys. It's getting like that. And we have to take this seriously. People get so comfortable. They figure, oh, it's not going to hit here. It's just like, when the wintertime comes and it's snowing outside, people rush to the store and buy everything at the last minute. We're supposed to be preparing at all times. For those who follow me, if you notice, I've said this before in other of my podcasts, you should always have an emergency kit. Emergency kit, emergency bag. It should be one in your vehicle. There should be one in your house. There should be another one stashed somewhere that you possibly know it's not going to be flooded. You should have a starting evacuation point. Which way to go? Back in the day, they used to do the phone thing where you just knew where to go and went from there. But now we don't even have that anymore. We don't. It's like, do we even rely on these kind of things anymore? Like, what's going on? You should have a first aid kit. You should even have a car kit that's separate from your individual kit. Majority of us don't have that. We don't. Majority of us do not have that. And we should. And just like right here, flood warning issued at North Carolina River rises to 45 feet. And this was talked about earlier today. But everything started yesterday. It says several rivers across North Carolina remains flooded on Thursday. One river that was measured 45 feet. The rains have battered the East Coast for days. We have been receiving rain. For those who don't know or not from here, up and down the East Coast, that's going from all the way up. You might as well say, shoot, Delaware, Maine, whatever, all the way down south to Florida and Georgia. We all up and down here have been getting hit by these flood warnings. We had one real bad storm just a few days ago. It went on from 5 o'clock and it was supposed to end around 9:55. That storm was still going. Lightning, thunder, heavy winds. It sounded like a tornado. Yes, like a tornado. We are receiving a lot of disasters across the nation, across the world. It is hitting very hard. So here it said the flood threatened across the region could persist into the weekend. And as slow-moving thunders continue to dump rain on the region. Yeah. And here it says why it matters. The weak flood warning marks the latest chapter. Now, normally, we receive rain at the beginning, like towards springtime, before summer. And you normally get this bad weather like this. But no, it's been hitting like hotcakes in the month of July with the storm and floods. It also said earlier this week, heavy rains, tropical depression, Chantel caused rivers to rise rapidly and flooding. But you notice they talk about the tropical weather with, the rising of these so-called tropical hurricane names. But have y'all not noticed that they haven't been talking about them as much like they normally would? They're not putting it out on, news media for the normal people that like to watch TV. Yeah. They're not putting it out there. And it is not a coincidence that the waters from the river are rising, because where do our water source come from? The ocean. The ocean. So it's not a coincidence that it's rising. It's also not a coincidence that the rivers would rise that high. We think it's just a river, like it can't go nowhere. But what is the river connected to? Just like a lake is connected. What is the lake connected to? Majority of the time, the river. What is the river connected to? Yeah. You got your bays, your rivers, your oceans. They're all connected. Thanks for tuning in. For those who first timers, I'm your girl, your co-host Cynthia J. On the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. We on episode 21, talking about Mama Mosie Burks, gospel singer, and the floods that happened in Texas, North Carolina, and the weather warnings. If it hasn't been floods, last year we had fires. We went from fires to floods. And just like the fires, it was said that that's supposed to have been started. People say, oh, that's a conspiracy. It is said that it was trigger started. And it's also been said, too, that these waters have been tampered with, too. What makes us think that man cannot create or invent items that can do something that tries to play God? What make us think that that doesn't exist? For some of us, what does that make us think? It exists. Let's stop being blindsided. Let's stop being ignorant to the devices that are around us. These electronics, crossbreedings, cross chemical ignitions, all kinds of things. Let's not act like we don't know what's going on. Just like one of the people that I met today, they love my shirt. Which, by the way, my shirt says right here, and I love it. I wish common sense was more common. Yeah, I wish common sense was more common. Because we lacking a lot of that. All over. We are. And we're getting too comfortable by entertainment of other things instead of really seeing what is really going on in front of us. And it's not always a physical thing. So with that being said, guys, please, during the rest of the remaining of the summer, be careful with the ocean waters. Pay attention to the warnings given. If you're connected to your area, especially in your county, with emergency evacuation, learn it. If you don't learn it by now, make sure you're connected to your county through via text so that you can get these emergency alerts like flash flood warnings and things like that. Because I'm telling you, people do not pay attention to that. Seriously, people do not pay attention to that. And again, let's be mindful. If you're going swimming or boat riding, please, to the parents, to the guardians, to those who are just adults, please wear a life jacket. Wear a life jacket. Which, by the way, here's another thing that just popped up. And this is coming from Fox. For those who don't know, the infamous Annabelle doll. For how many of you guys know about the Annabelle doll story? Yes, this just popped up today. The infamous Annabelle doll visit Gettysburg this weekend. It is said to be shown at the Soldiers Orphan Homestead July 11th through the 13th as part of the Devil on the Run tour. Crazy, right? Annabelle is an infamous, supposedly haunted dollhouse in the Warren Occult Museum in Connecticut. Will be coming to the Orphan Homestead this week, which means it's already here, starting tomorrow. Already known for its historical, significant paranormal energy, will be graced by its presence. Now, it was said in documentation that they wasn't supposed to be rolling around with this doll, and you can go and notice that they're not listening. They're just doing whatever they're doing. They go that doll rolling around again. So I'm not gonna read too much into that because you can tell some people just don't like to pay attention and listen and be obedient to the things that are around them. Sad, very sad. I mean, I don't know what to say about people. For also other breaking news, we also gonna give a happy heavenly birthday to another great legend whose birthday just passed, which was yesterday. We're gonna say happy birthday to the greatest legend, Gerald Levert. How many of y'all remember Gerald Levert? He could do some music. Gerald Levert, who was the son of Senior Levert, passed away a long time ago. They celebrated his birthday. So if you know who Gerald Levert is, go up today, listen to his music, salute him so that his spirit can still live on. Because I'm telling you, a lot of these great legends had music that was out of this world. For those who are looking to continue to follow and subscribe, you can follow me under Cynthia J on all social media platforms. That'll be Facebook under Cynthia J. You can also follow me at Cynthia J22 YouTube. You can follow me also on Instagram, CynthiaJ.gospel. Make sure you do what you do. Last but not least, I salute to all of you guys for the holidays. Let's continue to keep one another lifted up in the ancestral prayer. Make sure that you are always following your girl, subscribing and sharing. And I won't keep you long because your girl's got to go. So with that being said, I thank you guys for joining in on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. If you're looking for a birthing doula and you are in the Northeast region, you can definitely find out my information under the doula. As for those who can't see me on TikTok, but for those who are on my stream, you see right here behind me, Healing Hearts Tailor-Made Doula. For my sister and I, we are birthing doulas. We handle the birthing and the postpartum. We also help you if you need assistance at home, need a break, need house chores done, need some healing to the body, spiritually, mentally, physically, all of the above. We do the oils, we do the herbs, we do it all. If you need some assistance and you are in the DMV area, you can definitely email us at Healing Hearts Tailor-Made Doula at gmail.com. Make sure y'all follow that. But other than that, make sure y'all continue. If y'all want to also, you can find the link, right? For those who are on my stream, you'll see it right here on the link tree / Healing Hearts Doula, doula with DULA. So when you spell Healing Hearts Doula, you spell doula with DULA. So make sure you hit that and don't be a stranger to getting someone to know us. We love to meet new people. We love to salute those who are with us and share these things with you. Make sure that you hit us up. You'll see it right here. I'm just making sure I'm chiming this in for those who see the information, who see the logo, Healing Hearts Tailor-Made Doula. Make sure you hit that button and you subscribe there if you're looking for a birthing doula. And thank you for those who are chiming on in and making sure if you need someone to help and you need some CMOS, make sure you hit your girl up here. You can still hit me up through the email, the Healing Hearts Tailor-Made Doula at Gmail. So if you have any questions or concern, don't be ashamed to ask. That's what we're here for. We're here to answer questions. We're here to assist you. We are here because we are necessary and we need to be here. So I thank you guys for chiming on in on today's show, holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. Make sure again, y'all hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Until next time, thank y'all guys for chiming on in. I'm your girl, your co-host, Cynthia J on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. Peace and love and blessing. Namaste. I tap. Later.